A question has been asked for some time as to whether or not America may be headed for a second revolution. And up until I tell you, just the last couple of days, I have always said no, I didn't think so. I've changed my mind on that, and I want to explain why and give a few thoughts on what you might want to be thinking about and doing. I'm going to put this on both Integrated Preparedness and American Reversion on YouTube and on American Reversion on Rumble. So welcome to all of you. I just, as kind of an entry to this, I just put up on Integrated Preparedness Patreon my answer to one of our patrons over there about militias. I'll probably put that on the American Reversion Patreon channel also, because I think there are those on that channel who will be interested in it as well. So why do I say this? I've always said that I didn't think America would be headed for a revolution because there wasn't going to be a time, at least as I could see it, that enough people would be upset enough at the same time. I think that may have changed. I have never seen so many people so mad, so disgusted, so sharing the idea that their government is not only corrupt to the core, but is actively engaged in the destruction of the country and in the destruction of the American people themselves. I just put up something that a friend of mine sent me. It's a TikTok video. And for those who don't like TikTok because it's all about China, ask yourself who's doing more harm to you right now, the Chinese government or your own government. Now, I'm not excusing, I'm not defending TikTok. What I'm saying is we are getting more information from various sources than we're getting from our own government, and information is good. So I just got this, and maybe some of you have seen this. I had seen part of it. I had not seen all of it. We're down on the border. Border Patrol and CBP officers were holding Americans back from being able to see or photograph or video. They're loading illegal immigrants onto white buses to be shipped into the interior of the United States. Those are, I can't say what I feel about those people because I am so disgusted. These are our law enforcement. I am former law enforcement. Let me say a word to you guys right now. I just got an email from a recently retired CBP guy. No, CBP. They keep creating more federal agencies, and I can't keep track of the letters. Customs and Border Protection, right? CBP. And he said that I was exactly right in my previous one. I know there's a bunch of good guys out there. I also know there's a bunch of mealy-mouthed order takers who spend a lot of time in the weight room and look good and just waiting to kiss the ass of their supervisor so they can get the next promotion. And they are the dangers. I have no respect for you. I almost said a bad word. And if you were here, I'd tell you to your face. Oh yeah. Anybody that says, "Well, that guy talks big behind the camera," hey, come past my house, I'll tell you. I had them try it with me when I was on too, and I said no. Make up your mind, boys. Make up your mind. So I have never seen so many people in this country who are now so aware of the corruption and the orchestrated destruction and attacks on our country and on our people as I have now. I see more and more people. And this is a really dangerous situation, folks. It is dangerous. For those of you who read my books, by the way, on the front of my first book, The Reversion, I put, when the world collapsed, some were ready to start over. Now, let me ask you this. When it collapses, are you ready? And are you ready to start over? More and more people that I talk to say they're ready to start over. More and more people that I talk to are saying they wish the whole stinking thing would come down. More and more people have said for years they wish that a CME would take out everything and we could start over again, because they don't feel there is any fixing this problem. They have destroyed our economy. They have destroyed our political system. They have destroyed our media. They have destroyed the family. They have destroyed the middle class. They have destroyed the American reputation worldwide. They have destroyed our industry. What haven't they destroyed? Except the people that are left and their anger. Look what they've done to us over the last 3 years. They locked everybody down. They wouldn't let kids go to school. They made everybody wear masks in order to keep their job. They tried to make everybody take medical procedures that they were against, and many did, to keep their jobs. They shut down businesses, costing hundreds of thousands of people their livelihood, their family businesses that in some cases they had worked at for generations. They destroyed those people. These people are evil. There is no other way to express it. The people at the top of our government are just flat out effing evil. And then, when it came out, as it's coming out now, that they were lying about everything, they just continue on as if nothing happened. And half of our country is so stinking ignorant. They're just going along with it. As a matter of fact, they support it. They think it's the greatest thing in the world. They've destroyed our energy. They've destroyed our... I won't go on. They've destroyed it all. I think for the first time in my life that it might have reached a point to where enough people, as they watch what's going on with our border and with them trying to get us into a world war, another world war, that they're going to send more and more of our young people over to die. They're not getting my kids. I almost said a bad word again. Because I will not give my kids to a corrupt and evil system, and it has nothing to do with fighting for freedom. Hey, you guys, you good guys that are still in the military and law enforcement, good for you. I don't know how you stay. I really don't. Because I know you know how corrupt everything is. I don't know if I'm glad you're there for our sake or I'm sorry that you're there for your sake. But an interesting thing is happening here. That it has been thought that it would be, and I said this in my video on militias, because I think people need to be very, very careful with that. It has always been thought that a revolution could never happen in this country because our military was so strong. Our military is not that strong. Oh yeah, we have a great military. We have all the technology. I'm going to tell you, I know a bunch of people in the military right now, they're just a bunch of losers. Yeah. They couldn't make it out here in the real world. I'll be real honest. I don't care if that butt hurts some people who want to hold all military up as if they were gods. They're not. Now, I know a whole bunch of real fine folks in the military. But I also know that most of the ones I know have gotten out. And I know more that are getting out. And most of them would never go back in, and they are telling younger, good, fine young people, don't go in. Those who have served before and did so well and honorably, you have my respect, as does law enforcement. Those of you who just kissed up, went in there, and have no honor, I don't have any respect for you. I don't give a damn what uniform you wear. And the same for law enforcement. So we don't need, now we the American people, should have grave concern over the technology. But they don't really have to be afraid of most of the American military. Our government's sending them all around the world so they won't be here. Tell you who you have to be afraid of, some pimply faced used to live in his mother's basement and now lives in some shipping container with a keyboard doing what his colonel tells him to do. That's who you need to be afraid of, because what's coming is a war of technology. Would be better to watch the Terminator series than, bushcrafting series, if we want a hint as to what to prepare for. The military that we have now in our country is law enforcement. And like I said, just with the military, there's still some good ones there. But more and more of the good ones are leaving. And I can see. You look what they did with the riots, the Summer of Love. The police stood down. Well, you can say, well, their commanders made them stand down. Yeah, okay. Okay, and a lot of them quit over it. That's good. A lot of them didn't quit over it. Those are the ones you have to be concerned about. They will do what they're told. They're not people of honor. They're little automatons who will do what they're told. And if they are told to come get you, they're going to. Am I really afraid of them as a force to be reckoned with? No, not really. Not if the whole thing happened. But we will see. Here's the thing. For the first time, I think, and I would suggest that you consider this, a revolution is possible in the United States. There are enough people now mad, sickened, disgusted, that it could happen. And you have to prepare yourself for it. You have to prepare yourself to be self-reliant, to not be caught up in it. Take the steps you need to take. I'll tell you, you ought to read my books. They're there. The Stonemont series, the renewal, starts with the reversion. The reversion, the revival, the renewal, and appeal to heaven, blessings of freedom, and hostages to fortune. A complete guide, a complete series of books on preparing for, surviving, and rebuilding after a total collapse. Well, our country is collapsing. If you do what's in these books, you will be fine. Or as fine as you could be. Okay? There are no guarantees. But if you do what I've written in these books, it's the closest you can be to being ready for what happens around you. This country is about to split apart at the seams. And people are going to be swept up in it. And just like Mel Gibson's character said in The Patriot, it's going to happen in our front yards and at the grocery store. He didn't say grocery store. It's going to happen everywhere. This entire country will be the front line. It's going to be dangerous for everyone. And America will not come back to what it was before. We have to accept that. America isn't what it was before. It's not now what it was before. Would it be a great loss? Oh my gosh. I'm sure that in one way, no. Because it's horrible now. America has declined to a place that none of us who are over 50 can believe it has become. This is not the country I grew up in. These are not the people that I grew up around. And it has nothing to do with color or anything like that. It has to do with the way that people are thinking. Half our country is damn near communist if they're not full communist. And they are winning, folks. They are winning. Because not enough people on our side stood up and did enough to stop them. That's the way it is. That's done. Good. Nothing we can do about it now. We'll keep fighting on that side. We should keep resisting. We should keep fighting politically. But you need to start getting ready for this whole thing to blow up, because it could, and it could pretty soon. So, everything that you need to do it. Everything you need to get it. You know what it is. You know the basics. You know the basics of survival. The basics of preparedness. I don't have to tell you that. This was the advanced. This is the advanced total preparedness plan. Do it. You want to survive what's coming? Read this and do what it says. It's not an instruction book. It's a book of novels. It's a great story. It's about people. It's about how things happened. But contained within it are all of the lessons. It's like they say there, when it all collapsed, some were ready to start over. Ask yourself, are you ready to start over? Because it could be coming. Okay. That's it. Somebody asked, I forgot to tell you how to get. These are all available on Amazon. I'll put the links down below. They're also available on our website, stonemont.us. Yes, I want you to have them. I want you to understand the information in there. And I want you to get ready. So get ready.